Welcome to Amazing Buys, where we discuss shopping, fragrance, and do reviews. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit the notification bell, like and subscribe, and let's see what's new at Target. Starting off in the dollar spot section, they had an area for bookworms. This is pretty much decor, but I'm not sure if it's also used for storage too. By the way, that was not the correct price on that, but these mugs are going for $3. They remind me a lot of the cute ones that we seen at TJ Maxx and Marshalls. If I sound a little bit quieter than usual, I am in the middle of vacation, so I'm not trying to be too loud. Starting off with the back to school area, I love Target's hair accessories. They are so cute, and this is pretty affordable. All of these are 10 and under. I love seeing the pencils, the apples, and the books. And not only do they have hair accessories, they have matching jewelry too. As you can see, necklaces and earrings, matching cute bracelets. I used to get my daughter stuff like this back in the day when she was younger, but not only is this cute for students, it's also very cute for teachers too. Especially the headbands. I feel like this is something that could be used for all ages, but unfortunately, my daughter's school has a ban on headbands. Don't understand why. They also have some cute lanyards here, so yeah, I would say that we're off to a good start as far as back to school shopping. So let's take a look at the supplies, starting off with the classroom items. So this is stuff that is aimed at teachers. I'm seeing some planners, some classroom calendars. This is decor for classroom. Like I said, this is pretty useful, but like I would have thought that the school would pay for this, but maybe this is coming out of teachers' own pockets, which is crazy. It looks like they have lanyards for $5 that'll hold ID cards, a Be Kind tote, and this is a storage card all the way at the bottom. I could not get a good picture of it because that box was pretty heavy. They have some cushions for chairs, lots of storage for $3, and $5.99 charger cords and the outlet piece. This is pretty useful, especially like for college students too. They have a couple of markers over here. It is definitely not as much items as Walmart, but I feel like sometimes Target has nicer designs. They even have some decor for lockers, mirrors, little shelves. And this outlet also seems to aim at office supplies. Like I said, this is a great time of year to stock up on those stationery items because they're usually marked down or for really good prices. That is a label maker by the brand called Dymo, going for $25.49. They have a big pack of Expo markers. It's a 36 count going for $31, and this is like their inclusive section or the first time learners. I think these items are pretty cool, especially the letter tracing sensory pad. For some kids, it's very difficult for them to use writing tools, so that is a great starter because you're just using your finger. I'm seeing Mathlink cubes, the subtraction, multiplication, and addition practice boards. Some of these learning items are in game form, so again, a great way for your little one to practice stuff at home. If you are wanting more of a variety, I would say look on Amazon. They have some pretty good items. These items right here, it is not all the way filled up, but this is like the back to school party. Props for taking pictures for the first day of school. I seen this school year's journal and I really wish I would have kept up with something like this for my kids to look back on because I wish I had something like that. Lots of post-it stickers. When I got to the school supply section, I really started paying attention to the price because I wanted to compare it to Walmart. So I would say that pack of paper is 89 cents, while I'm pretty sure Walmart was cheaper than that. I'm just saying. No shade though. I know people have their preference. Some people enjoy shopping at Target, some people enjoy shopping at Walmart, some avoid either one, some are avoiding both really. I would say that one thing is I noticed that Walmart has more of the popular name brands, while Target mainly focuses on some name brands and then their own store brand. For some reason, that zipper binder at the bottom by Up and Up, my daughter said lots of girls have this at her school. They also have a sequin one. So I took a look at their calculators that is going over $100. Like I said, that can get pretty pricey depending on what grade your child is in. Underneath it were these smartwatches for $24.99. You can use that to track where your child is. It has a camera on there. I would say check out your school's policy to see if that's okay for your child to wear. I know that there are plenty of schools that are very strict when it comes to the cell phone policy. Even though that's not a cell phone, I feel like it's in that, category. By the way, I would like to hear you guys' thoughts about that. How do you feel about the policy surrounding cell phones? It has always made me uncomfortable because we obviously know what has been going on, on the news and around the country that's been happening at schools. I don't want to mention it, but you know what I'm talking about. So, like, not being able to be in contact with your child can be a scary thing. At the same time, I do understand what they mean when children are getting distracted by social media. Some are being on their phone, doing TikToks and stuff in school. I get that. Even the thing about, some kids cheating on tests by looking up answers, again, I get that. But I'm talking about for communication purposes, I want my child to have a phone. So I'm sure it's a very difficult thing for, the school to navigate around because we didn't deal with this type of issue when I was younger, but it is a very scary thing on both sides for parents and staff. So I think that they should be able to allow cell phones, but have parameters around it, if that makes sense. Because I feel like if they don't have this issue under control, how can you tell parents, like, hey, I don't want you being in contact with your child? I don't know. It's a very difficult thing. But, anyways, let's take a look at these supplies. These are notebooks, composition books, and yes, they do have character themes like K-pop Demon Hunter. You guys already know that Target was gonna have this here. I do feel like Walmart did a little bit better when it came to the character theme ones. It was more in the selection, and I feel like this is kind of a repeat of the stuff that they had in previous years. They have Pokemon, specifically Pikachu. They have Star Wars, Mandalorian. Again, I think Walmart's was better. Like, we've seen those lightsaber pens already going for $4.99. Even the pencil cases, I feel like were better. Underneath it is Spider-Man, and Minions is at the bottom. Like, look at this pencil case. Even though Walmart's was bulkier, I think it was still better and a little bit more unique. These do have button pins on them. I know kids really like putting them on their backpacks. But that was pretty much it as far as the character school supplies. Now, as far as the regular school supplies, they had lots of cute options here at Target. They had fruit themed, axolotls, clear cases. This is very similar to what we see at Walmart, just again, different designs. So this is by the brand called Up and Up Again. Lots of pouches, pencil cases, lots of writing tools. And again, like I said, it's not as big as a variety as Walmart has as far as lead sizes and sparkles and colors, but they do have a good selection. Listen, they're making charms for everything. I see charms and keychains in every store. That section was specifically dedicated to charms and stickers for tumblers. I feel like the more that you can personalize something, the more popular it could be. These are pretty much novelty pens, and at the bottom they have eraser sets with popular characters like Spider-Man and Minecraft, Pokemon. They look like they're still filling up this section, but by now, I just got back from my vacation. It should be all the way filled. And look what's right next to it, more keychains. I'm telling you, especially for back to school stuff, they have keychains for everything. These cute little mini pasta sticky notes reminds me of that pasta collection that Walmart came out with. Even though that was kitchenware, it was still really cute. So you guys know that Love Shack Fancy collection that just came out at Target? My store is already moving that whole collection near the back to school area, which kind of makes sense because that is aimed at kids, even though they have, accessories for everyone. I just felt like the move was kind of quick, but they already replaced it with another collection. They be moving fast in these stores. The crayons are 50 cents. They have lots of markers, paints. Of course, these are pretty affordable, but again, you may be able to find better prices at Walmart. My kids really like that top notebook where you can adjust the letters on there. I thought that was pretty cool. Like I said, the more customizable something is, it seems like the better people like it. Those were the same exact scissors that were at Walmart, and I feel like the character backpacks was better here at Target. Not only because of the variety, but it seems like they had more stuff included with it. So this is a 5-piece set that comes with a backpack, insulated lunchbox, headphone, keychains, and water bottle. Of course, they have K-pop Demon Hunter, Minecraft, Pokemon, Toy Story, Spider-Man, Stitch, Disney Princess. They have quite a bit of a selection. Love the Mario backpack. They have Hello Kitty. And then if you don't want the character backpacks, they have cute ones right next to it. They have JanSport, which, has been around forever. Some people say that this brand lasts forever. If you really like this collection, they have matching lunch boxes and mini backpacks, so excuse the noise in the background. I think people are cutting grass outside. and it's kind of loud. But as far as the different colors and designs, they had a nice selection, I would say, kind of basic, but still a lot of colors. Why these bags were separated over here, I'm not sure, but that is K-pop Demon Hunter. That is pretty much a sports team bag. They have Maruchan Ramen, Fortnite, Strawberry Shortcake, and the Hello Kitty and Friends characters. They had some lunchbox items that were 5 and under, which I think is pretty cool. The tumblers, the bento boxes. As I stated before, the lunchbox items can get pretty pricey, so it's nice to see that they have affordable options too. Because listen, Target did their thing with the lunchboxes this year. I'm going to show you in a bit, but yeah, it's good to see affordable options too. I like how they have other things, not just bento boxes, but you see this area, they have different types of lunchboxes. Some look like little tote bags, and a lot of people automatically think of school, but these can just be for work, on the go. It could be for anything. Love the little containers as well. And can't forget the utensils. Now let's take a look at that new collection that they have as far as lunchboxes. Everyone is talking about this new set, so let's look at the strawberry one first. You see that strawberry backpack? Right underneath it is everything that goes with it. You have the sandwich cutters, the bento boxes, which this is the $15 one. It comes with utensils and everything in there. Love the stainless steel for easy cleanup. If you don't want that one with the stainless steel, they do have a cheaper one, which I don't know why this is called the deluxe one for $12 because it comes with less items. That is the one with plastic inside. I may go for a stainless steel one this year. The actual lunch bag is at the bottom. They have a dinosaur one if that's what your little one is into, with the dinosaur cutter. Reusable bags, ice packs, and utensils are at the top. So I feel like this is pretty cool that they have the entire set for this. Matching tumblers, guys. They did great with this collection. I was kind of interested in these thermoses. They're going for $27.99 though. My goodness. And that was just for myself to like carry some hot soup because I'm always on the go. Sometimes I crave soup. I don't know about you guys. These are the smaller bento boxes that I'm used to. I do like that it has the thermos included in it. That is for 3 years and up. Just quickly looking at the different tumblers, make sure you are checking out that price because like I said, this is kind of ridiculous. I mean, don't get me wrong. It is way too hot to not send your child with some type of, water to school, but look at these prices. I don't know. This is just ridiculous. And as much as these say like, hey, we keep it cool and stuff like that, it's only but for so long, so I don't know what's so special about them, but it's a bit too much for me in my opinion. And the last items in this area is the Ziploc bags, Tupperware, and tissues. In the Disney section, they have some new Marvel jerseys. So unfortunately, this is not sold together, it's sold separately. This is Spider-Man, and each of the items are going for $15. I spotted 3 different kinds of jerseys. So you have the Peter Parker, Spider-Man, Miles Morales, and then this blue jersey in the back. Again, these are all the same price. Behind them are shirts and jackets. I kind of like the jerseys at the front of this rack, but I don't know, this collection kind of seems pretty plain. That is going for $22. They do have these other character jackets, which has the pullover hoodie going for $30. They have Spider-Man and Buzz Lightyear, and as you can see, the top part of the hoodie has something to cover the eyes. It's kind of like a net, so you can see through it. All right, in the beauty section, I found this stadium bag going for $19.99. It has cleansing gel, moisturizer, toner, and some pimple patches in there. I already did a review of these Tree Hut body scrubs. If you haven't seen that, check out my Ulta video. I did a ranking of all of these. These honestly were not my favorite. Out of these 3, the Sugar Sky would be the best one that I seen at Target, but Ulta does have one that is an Ulta exclusive that I feel like is even better than the Sugar Sky. Dove has a new Ted Lasso collection, and to be honest, when I smelled these, I was like, what are they doing? This was released alongside the FIFA World Cup collection, and I just feel like they need some better fragrance notes in general for men. Don't You Dare Settle has notes of sandalwood and bergamot. I'm getting more sandalwood in that one than anything. Football is Life Believe has notes of sea salt and moss. This is the fresher scent. Wasn't crazy about that scent. The smell of potential. Bright citrus and amber, that was a little bit warmer than the others, but again, these smell like typical colognes. Nothing unique about them at all. Dove, let me help you, okay? I wish I could do my own body care line and fragrances. That would be amazing. But Old Spice has some unique items. This is apple crumb bro in the scent of apple cider, and that's exactly what it smells like. It smells great. Pumpkin isn't a new scent. This is pumpkin spice, and while these smell great and they're in the men's section, I think that these are unisex. I think that a lot of women will like this. I'm not sure how men will feel about smelling like pumpkin spice, but there is another one releasing at Walmart called Frankenstead, and that's gonna have notes of pistachio and vanilla. Can't wait to review that one, so I'll be on the lookout. I spotted some new e.l.f. products. So at the top is for the lip and cheek. It's supposed to look blurred and that matte look to your lips, which I love that look, by the way. At the bottom is the Power Grip Rosé Shimmer Setting Spray, which I don't know how I feel about shimmer being all over somebody's face. I also spotted some hair care products. They don't have the full thing out, but they do have some sniff me's, and these smell great. My store did put out the Beach Waves Body Mist by EOS before I went on vacation. I just did not have time to review it, but this smells as good as the lotion. This has top notes of pineapple punch and mandarin, middle notes of tiare flower and sunny starfruit, and the base is salted coconut and warm sands. I love the pineapple note in here. I feel that it smells super summery, beachy, and my favorite part, fruity. I will say that eventually the pineapple scent does go away and you're mainly getting coconut on the dry down with that warm sand, beachy, solar scent to it. This lasted way longer on me than toasted marshmallow. Both are not bad scents at all. I just like the way that they did beach waves better than toasted marshmallows. That one was not marshmallowy and gooey enough for me. For the last item I want to show you is the new A&W root beer float soda. They do have this in zero sugar and mini cans. I suggest trying this in an individual bottle first before the cans, but I'll do a review in a short. Thank you for watching, and as always, have fun, stay blessed, and happy shopping.